Welcome to the Wednesday edition of Mentoring Monday. I actually moved it to Wednesday because my new track on FSOE, The Moment of Truth, was released this past Monday. And today, I'm going to talk about the meaning behind this track, The Moment of Truth, and how you can get the most out of your moment of truth. The actual meaning of the moment of truth is an important time when you must make a decision quickly. And whatever you decide will have important consequences in your future. Naturally, there are hundreds and perhaps thousands of decisions that you have to make in your lifetime. And the more experience you have, the better your decisions will be. But for the sake of this talk and the meaning of my track, The Moment of Truth, I'll talk about the 2 or 3 biggest and most important decisions of your lifetime. The ones that have the greatest impact, good or bad, on your future. Here's some examples of how the wrong decision could change your life for the bad. You decide to commit a crime and go to prison for a long time. You choose to drink and drive and get into a bad car accident. You choose the wrong spouse and he or she makes your life miserable, and then you get divorced. You make a poor financial decision and you go bankrupt. So when I look back at my life and I identify the 3 most important decisions of my life, they are, and I'm going to tell you these just so it helps tell my story using examples. So they are my choice for a spouse and to marry her. Number 2, a natural outcome of getting married is our choice to have children. So becoming a father helped me change from it's all about me to what I can do to help others. I became a lot more responsible. And the 3rd big decision I made was the choice to go into business for myself after 10 years in my industry working for someone else and making my boss super successful. To help you better understand this moment of truth concept, I'll talk quickly about 2 of these examples I mentioned and the requirements for being a good chooser to have a successful moment of truth. What did I learn that made the chance of success in each of these decisions very high? The moment of truth also stands for that moment of that decision time where you have to be totally honest with yourself. For the greatest lies we tell are the lies we tell ourselves. When you think back to the bad decisions you made, you were probably not honest with yourself and you chose incorrectly. Let's take my example of choosing my spouse. By the way, I've been married for nearly 37 years to the same wonderful person. It's very important that you take the time to know yourself and formulate your values. Write them down. What's important to you? What are your non-negotiables? So this may sound a little silly, but it was really helpful to me in making one of my big decisions very successful. Through my dating failures, and I had many, I actually created a list of what was important to me when it came to choosing my spouse. Number 1, did she make me a better person? In other words, my weaknesses were her strengths and vice versa. We were both better together than separate. For example, 1 + 1 = 4. Does she have high self-esteem? I learned that I had a very difficult time dealing with low self-esteem people because of my type A personality. I had to know myself. Does she have a great family and a happy upbringing with strong values? Family is very important to me because you're marrying the person and the family. We don't get to choose our family. In a sense, in any relationship, we have to deal with the other person's childhood, good and bad, because those experiences help create their personality. So it's important to know what you're getting. Number 4 is the relationship constantly growing and not staying the same or going backwards. I'm a growth-minded person, so I need to be constantly growing to be happy. Is there humor in the relationship? Number 5. Does she laugh at my jokes? personality and sense of humor was very important to me. Are we friends? Do we have good chemistry? Does she support me? Because if you don't marry your best friend, your relationship may not last very long. So can you see that I took the time to get to know myself, to deeply know myself? I created a list of what was important to me, and it greatly improved my chances of choosing the right spouse. 37 years later, I can say I chose wisely. So when I met my wife at a dance club, and just after a few dates, I knew she was the one. Because I prepared for this moment of truth. I'd done the work. Also, another example, choosing to leave my cushy, secure job to start my own business was another decision that had a huge financial impact on my and my family's life. It gave me the financial freedom to do what I wanted to do, especially after I sold my business. The added responsibility of owning a business brought out my true potential that was actually hidden by playing it safe. During my prior 10 years in the industry, I created a list of what I was good at and what values I wanted any future company to have that I possibly would own, and to make sure my talents and what my company needed would be properly aligned. For example, my company was a sales and marketing driven company and needed a leader that was strong in sales, marketing, enhancing the customer experience, and product development. And I came up with a great business idea based on what I determined to be a gap in the market. I learned that I had all these skills that I mentioned, and I was very, very passionate about them. So to me, it wasn't work. So when the opportunity came along to buy a dying company, I could see that it needed what I was good at. It was a good match. I'd already done the mental work, and I'd written down my values and vision for the company. I was ready for this moment of truth. Can you think of a time in your life that was your moment of truth? Perhaps some of your biggest moments of truth lie ahead in your future. Will you be prepared by knowing yourself and your core values? Or will you just wing it and hope for the best? Not a good strategy. Far too many marriages end because the people don't do the work to get to know themselves and their spouse. Will you be ready for your future moment of truth? I'll see you again in 2 weeks, and remember, it's never too late to reinvent yourself. Cheers.
We call it the moment of truth.